Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Warframes Online. Now, today we're going to take a look at something a little bit different actually. Well, I say a little bit different. Now, I've had my Death Cube for quite a while. Now there is, as you're probably all aware, there are a few different types. Shader's more like a defensive sort of Sentinel. Death Cube's probably more attacking, and I suppose really I would say that probably the Death Cube's probably replaced the Warframe, which I have that one as well, but I found the Death Cube to be very, very effective. Now, the current rank of my Death Cube is actually 24, but I've actually polarized one slot. Now you might say to yourself, why the hell do that? You know, when you can't even max the slots out. It's worth it. It's worth doing. Because at the end of the day, at some point I will max these out and I will have to do it anyway, so I might as well be ranking it up. So I've done that now. The actual Death Cube's weapon itself, I've got quite far on this. I've polarized basically 5 slots. It doesn't come polarized at all, so you have to add the polarities. I've got pretty much, I've got electricity, fire, critical damage, critical chance, fire rate, freeze damage, armor piercing, and also the actual rifle damage up to 120%, which is pretty high actually. That last notch is very difficult. Now fire rate, I would say, is probably the most important one with the Death Cube, on the basis that, I'll show you in game what I mean. The way that actually the Death Cube fires, it's almost like a gradual build up to get up to maximum speed before it's actually firing at its full rate. So what I'm going to try and do is have a round where I don't fire my gun and see if I can actually get through a round. I'm going to do a defend. I'm going to do a solo mission just to see that, you know, so if we can talk about the Death Cube and how effective it is actually at this rank and how well it actually performs. Now I think it's fantastic. I think once the actual damage is up to the maximum percentage, I'm guessing it may go up to 200%. Can't be 100% certain. But I think once that's at the maximum rank, then, you know, you're going to be having like a, you know, some super machine gun on your head, basically. Let's take out these first of all. Grab a little bit of Infinity. I don't really need the energy in this round. I'm going to just do a quick round anyway, just to sort of give you a sort of a general idea. I'm going to go stand about here. Now, what I found with the Death Cube is, one, he's very good at finding targets. So if you're in a game, you know the targets are that way. So it gives you a bit of an idea of where the enemies are coming from. And he turns fast. If you watch him, he's pretty quick. Now in this round, the only problem you get in this round is when an enemy goes on the other side of that core. If he goes on the other side of that core, then you've got a problem. But as long as that doesn't happen, then he's quite capable of pretty much clearing up every round. Now the question is, I mean, if you had 4 of your friends now, and you all had maxed out Death Cubes, could you actually complete the round? Could you actually, you know, stand on all 4 pillars and then just not even fire your gun? Well, you know, there is a good possibility you could actually do it. I mean, I've done this a few times. Now, there's an interesting fact actually. I've got to shoot one guy. There's one guy I'm going to have to shoot because he bugs out. Look, he gets stuck down there every time. There's one interesting fact that I found. When you do solo missions, the XP you get on your weapons when you're actually firing is absolutely horrendous. I mean, we've all experienced it. We've all done a solo run. The experience you actually get from it, is there someone alive? I don't think so. Just waiting. The experience you get is absolutely horrendous. It's just really, really bad. But, there is a but here. It's not for your Death Cube, guys. This is how I ranked up mine, and I'm telling you, you will not believe how much how much experience you get on your rifle for doing this. I'm talking, I went from 25 to 26 in 3 rounds. He nearly does half per round. I can't even keep up with him at the moment. He's just having to go at him now. He's shooting that way. Obviously it's going to get tougher as the rounds go on, but I thought I'd make this video. I mean, I've never seen anyone do like something like this. I mean, it is a little bit odd, but how else do you demonstrate the Death Cube? Other than, you know, let him kill everything, I suppose. Just got to try and keep up with him most of the time. Now, the other advantage also of having your Death Cube with you at this sort of rank, a maximum rank, and with that much damage, is if you want to go for a long defend, and in that defend round, you've got your shotgun, the heck or the strun or whatever you got with you, it does actually help because it reduces the amount of ammunition you have to use. You don't really, in wave 1 to 5, really want to be using a lot of ammunition. You should really be conserving your ammo because the first 1 to 5 rounds are pretty easy. And like I said, it should be pretty easy even for, as long as you don't go around the back of that core, we're alright. He's gone around the back, that's going to be a problem, but see how he gets on. Now, yeah, I'm willing for the cryopod to take some damage here, but, see how he gets on. He's missed a couple. Taking some damage now. I've got confidence in him. We finished them off there. We've got a couple more coming in. How many more we got? Quite a few coming in. He's doing alright though. Have you got any more? And I'll just have a quick look around for cores. Got the last guy coming in here. Did he drop something there? Core? He did. Gonna get that one. Now what I've found as well, on these sort of rounds, you're going to get a lot more, obviously not playing on my own, because obviously this is just the purpose of the video. Obviously he does fire his laser every now and again when you're this high up. Every now and again, but obviously, the target's not that close to you. Now the question you're all thinking is, can he take out a bigger target? And the answer to the question is, yeah, he can. Which soon we're going to see. Because I think one comes out. Now he's doing alright. I'm going to sort of give him his due here. I'm getting a little bit concerned, but as long as he's looking that way. Oh, he's turning a bit. Core dropped. Just let him do his stuff. Got one core over there. Oh god. Still going. Like I said, a bit of a strange video, guys, but I felt that this is a good way to sort of demonstrate. Am I going to make it? Well, I'm going to do the next wave anyway. Oh, where did it go? Wasn't it just there, wasn't it? Oh, it was over here. Was it over here? Oh. Going mad. So I'll pick up some stuff just for the sake of it. It's pretty pointless, really. Sure a core fell down there. Now this is going to get tougher on the last round because we're going to have a big guy. See how he gets on now. And I think the core's going to take some damage here, but we never know. Just... Oh, nice. I don't want to move off my pedestal as such. Doing alright. So far so good. Very fast at killing. I mean, even for that small amount of damage that he has, which is like 5 or something, the damage is, with the damage cards, the freeze cards and all them cards, he's killing things just as good as a rank 30 gun. I don't think a player could do this as fast as he's doing it. Oh, here we go, big guy. So look, he's focusing on the big guy now. We'll put the cursor on him. There we go, look. He's a goner. So the cryopods take a little bit of damage there. And there's a big guy inbound. Here we go. We're going to put the cursor on him so we can get an idea of how much damage he's taking off at a given time. Now it's at range, so obviously he's not going to be doing as much damage. You can see a lot of them are missing as well. But he's not letting up on the shower of bullets he's sending that way, is he? He's down. Get caught.
Extraction is ready.
Right, death is imminent, guys, but look, this is just for the purpose of the test.
Another opportunity for extraction will appear soon.
I've tried this before, I've never got through this round, but it just demonstrates, it's almost like once his weapon's actually fully ranked, I mean the Death Cube's not fully ranked yet, so he would actually, I think he's actually going to be, I think he's 29 or something, he's only one rank away. I think once he's that maximum rank, he may even perform even better. So now he's focused on the bigger target, which is a problem for me. Need to kill him quick. He's doing alright. was getting a little bit worried. Come on, kill the ones. That's the problem when they get over the back of that core. He's got him. Good news. 60%. Now, I suppose the question is, I mean, at the moment, I've got the cards, the damage cards at 100 and... Oh, on that core. Before I fail. If it's going to fail, I'm going to run for the core. Wow, guys. He's doing well, isn't he? Considering. It's just sometimes he picks the wrong targets, I think. Couple more inbound, but we're going to quickly grab that, because I don't want to miss out on that, do I? Get back on my little seat. Oh. Here we go. We're going to put the cursor on him again so we can see how much damage he's doing. Now, like I said, if he was obviously a lot closer, I think a lot more of these bullets were making contact. He's got... There's a challenging one for him now, because he's... Although he's taking his time, the cryopod's charging up, so he's sort of doing me a favour, really. Here we go. He's actually damaging the other one as well now. As he gets closer, he's going to take more damage. He's having a go at my pod there. I'm not pleased about that. And he's down. So you can see that actually when he's actually closer, the closer he actually gets, obviously a lot more than bullets are actually connecting. But come on, the cryopod's actually getting up to 100% now. Any more calls around? Oh, there's one there, look. Must get back here quick. Every second that he's not firing it could be a fail, you know. Now, I couldn't actually, if I pick my Warframe, or whatever you want to call him, this would not work at all, guys. He would not even, he would shoot, but the thing is, the Death Cube is shooting from range. Oh, we've got a bit of problem around the core there, guy. I hope he's going to focus that way. Yeah, it's done, but he's missed one. Look, hopefully he'll go back that way in a minute. Lots of them coming in now. Please do not focus on the big one. Please, please. Oh, he is. I want to shoot him, guys, but this is not the whole point, is it? Now, yeah, that was imminent. I let that happen. I mean, what was the purpose of that test? I mean, I think it was just to actually show that, you know, the Death Cube is bloody good. You know, a lot of people are investing their time actually, you know, improving their weapons and, you know, and fair play. You know, I've done the same thing. I've maxed out all my cards and I'm doing the same thing with the damage card. But do you know what? I had the maximum damage card, which I have. I've got this one up to 90. But the one I'm actually, obviously because it's the same mod, I've actually got it up to 120. And I'm thinking to myself, look, I'm going to put it on this card. The Death Cube is actually a very, very good gun. I know, a polarized state, it is a very, very good gun. You could have a round where you could support the team. I mean, imagine if I was firing my gun in that round. I mean, you could probably go to round bloody 30 on the basis that, you know, he's putting down good damage. He's not doing that bad. If I was actually going to do a boss or something like that, yeah, okay, I might swap that around and put it on my main gun, but I think for a defend, particularly on infested, where they don't have guns and they can't physically shoot you back, then it's a worthwhile thing to do because he can actually aim and shoot faster than I can. I mean, he's an AI. He knows where the targets are. He knows where to turn. I have to rotate and look. He's just firing at an extreme rate. So what I've decided to do is, as I say, I mean, let's just have a look. I mean, I'm actually getting quite far on this one. I mean, just by doing that round, I've just got, you know, a couple of mods. What I'm going to do... Oh, this is painful, guys. This has taken about 400, 500 calls to get that far. I mean, look. That actually moved quite a bit, actually, because that is obviously a 5, yeah. Very small amount, obviously, on these ones. It's a bit painstakingly bloody doing this sort of thing, really, but... I'm thinking the next one's going to be 140 or something like that. Then I'm going to do another video. I think I might better get to wave 2. if I can, you know, it's a worthwhile thing to try. But what I've found is it doesn't have to be painful. I mean, look, he's only ranked 24 at the moment, and it says here, look, you've got this one, which says Sentinel will attack the first visible target enemy in range. Now, I don't know, I'm not 100% certain, but he's ranked 24. Maybe at 30, he's going to be more efficient at designating targets. You know, I don't know. I mean, you can only make that assumption. So there's a couple of factors that I'm quite interested to see how they pan out. So it's either one, yeah, get this card maxed out, then see if how many rounds can I actually go, and then two is when this is actually back at 30 again, because obviously I polarized that slot. You know, will he be able to get to maybe even to round 10? Is that a possibility? Now, what I just did there with obviously a solo, like I said, you don't get any pretty much weapon experience, but my god, do you get enough. By him making them kills, you'd probably go from 0 to about here in the first round, right? All you probably want to do, right, to get him to kill stuff, I know what you're thinking, it's probably quite hard because obviously I've got a lot of high value cards there, but I would just say, go out, put the rifle, get your rifle damage. That's the basic one. I mean, it's like meal damage, rifle damage, shotgun damage, it's the main card. Get your rifle damage as best as you possibly can, first of all. Maybe up to 90. And then start whacking out the 3 damage cards. Freeze, electricity, and fire damage. Now, I found freeze is actually quite good, actually. A lot of people actually put in stun. In the early stages, when it's ranked 0, obviously having stun on there is good because he'll shoot a target. He'll stun the target, and the target will, you know, wave his hands in the air depending on what it is, and then it gives you the chance with the gun to then turn around and shoot him. Now, I don't need that because he's quite capable of killing them, right? But for in the early stages, what was quite important was for him to, if I was on a flat level, it's quite important for him to actually shoot the target and to remove that target out of the way. And what I mean by that is, I mean, we've all had it many times. You've got electricity damage, you know, you're shooting it with your rifle, he's electrocuted, he's dead, but he's still standing there, right? That is an issue. And the issue is if there's another target standing behind him, unless you've got something like puncture, you're not going to be able to actually shoot him. The only way you're going to do that is to move to the left or move to the right of the target. Now, with freeze, he implodes. As the picture says there, you can see, and it happens many times. You shoot a target and that target blows up. So if I had to choose in the early stages, I would go damage, freeze, because you know if when he kills the target, it will explode, and then he'll be able to shoot the target beyond that. And you know I mean that actually applies. The same sort of method actually applies when it comes to actually rifle. If I had a choice, I would actually go for something like damage and then freeze damage and do the same scenario. Now I'm in a situation here where I took my maxed out freeze damage and my high ranking damage card away from Electron Prime because, believe it or not, with these cards I've got on there, you know, it's one shot and killing most things these days. You know, you could easily do shots of 140 and upwards, no problem. But the only scenario where I'd probably swap it out if I went to do a boss. But like I said, at the moment, I'm not really worried about maxing this card out because I don't need any more damage on the gun. Because a one-shot's a one-shot. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're doing 10 damage on top and it's one-shot killing him, it doesn't make any difference, does it? Obviously, if I go into the void and then I'm doing the bigger enemies, then maybe I might swap around the damage cards. Or if I'm doing a boss or something on the lines of that. But my plan is, you know, I will max out these. Of course I will. And I max out this and this one as well. It's not an issue at all. But for the very point of my Death Cube, and now that I've established that not only has he got, you know, he's got an absolutely brilliant gun, and he can take out targets. There's no doubt about that. And I think once I start maxing this out, also will open up. It will open up the fact that when I go up to bigger targets, I mean, he can kill anything. There's nothing that he can't kill. I think if I went into the void on a Tower Extermination 3, that he would probably struggle. But would he actually struggle if that card was maxed out? Does the rifle damage go up to 200%? Who knows? But I mean, obviously it does say on the wiki, so someone obviously knows. I'll have to take a look, but it'd be interesting to. I mean, so you've got to test it. I haven't seen anyone who's done this scenario, and I haven't seen anyone who's gone as far with a Death Cube. But I suggest if you've got one and it is rank 30, why would you not add polarity? Even if you haven't got the cores of the cards at the moment to actually invest in maxing out the cards, you may as well be achieving something why you're playing the game. There's no point having a rank 30 Death Cube, right? And have your cards on and play the game, and then rank up your weapons. You may as well be ranking this up as well for the time that you are ready, and then you have the cores and the cards to actually fusion up and then improve these as well. Now, I can't even compare this. I can't even compare this to the Death Cube. It's not even any way the same. There's no doubt about it. It's got the same rifle, don't get me wrong, but it's got the same, you know, it's got a rifle, that's what I mean to say. Let's take a look. I mean, it's got the same polarity slots, you know, apart from I'd polarize that one, so it's rank 30, same. But the disadvantage with this is, if we have a look, we actually have a compare them actually, we'll do a quick whiz in there. And see if we can actually look at, oops, this one. So it doesn't actually tell you, which is bloody annoying. So anyway, we can see it equipped. So it's got 3 damage, fire rate is 6.3, accuracy is 100, and clip size is 32. Now, damage. Damage is 5, yeah, on the Death Cube, which doesn't sound like an epic amount, but that is a massive amount. If you think about it, it's nearly double what this one is. Fire rate, 6.3. Let's go and have a look what the other one is. 8.3. Yeah, accuracy was 100, yeah, so they're the same, fair enough. Clip size, 100. On the Warframe, it's only 32. I say only, you know what I mean? But 100 is very, you know, obviously huge. It's a huge clip size. The reload speed is pretty much instant anyway. I've never really even seen it. I've never even seen it stop firing off of a target, to be honest with you. So having a clip size of 100, it's just brilliant. You know, I think if I had to pick one out of all 3, personally, it would be the Death Cube. You obviously have other traits on there as well. This is obviously the gun. This is just attacking the target, obviously, first of all. I mean, everyone, this is a skeptical one. I mean, even got in the forum to look at this. It says the Sentinel is killed. He will regenerate once. Right. Well, I've maxed out that card. It's got all the notches done. It was pretty easy to do, I ain't gonna lie to you. Why doesn't he regain twice? I don't know. It should really say on the card. It's not very clear. And a lot of people are de-equipping the card. I've got 150 to shield capacity, 70 to armor, 100 to health, and 60 to shield recharge. My logic is he comes under heavy fire. I normally would move out the way, and then hopefully the shields recharge pretty quickly. Health is just last resort, really. But armor is obviously quite important because that's, you know, is always an important factor. Now, Sentinel will deal high damage to an enemy target that gets too close. And basically, what he does, you've probably seen it on if you've played with someone else, either or you've got your own. He deals out a laser beam that can deal anything up to like 1,500 damage. It could be an instant kill, depending on. I mean, if you're in the void, you don't expect it to be a one-shot kill. He's going to zap him, but probably take maybe a quarter to half of his health. And then the final card is boost the owner's shields when it runs out, which I think is probably out of all of them is a very, very good card. The majority of the time when you're actually using your Death Cube, you're probably, from having one and not, it's not just about the things I've told you, the gun, you know, dealing the damage. It's also about, because he's got that fire rate and he's firing, the enemy see him as a threat. So that what they do is they focus fire on him. They will shoot him and not you. So your Warframe is not taking the damage. Then on the latter, if your Warframe does take the damage, you can rely on your Death Cube to rejuvenate your shields. Basically what happens is when they go down to a very small amount, like, you know, say between 10% of depletion, he will instantly boost your shields to maximum. Right, and you just glow sort of greeny sort of colour, and then at that point you would have maximum shields. Now, that collaborated together, you know, the Death Cube is a must, really. You know, and I should have really done a video in the early stages, but I felt that until I got to this point, I started to realise the true potential of the Death Cube, and it's got a very, very sort of a good name that really sort of basically stipulates that, you know, it's actually going to kill things. It's a Death Cube. Oh dear. Right, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was a bit of a strange video today, guys. I mean, standing there for the whole round and just letting the Death Cube do it. But it was an interesting exercise, and it's the only way that I could really think to show what he's capable of. I mean, I can fire my gun at the same time, but then you don't really see what he's actually doing in that round and what he actually contributed. You don't see the Death Cube got 10 kills and the guy and the gun got 5. In that round, it showed that he killed everything up until X amount of round. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video, but I'm going to have to finish this one here anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.